Hello. I hope you are doing really well. Here I am again, and today I want to briefly talk to you guys about our most popular essential oils. They are 10 oils that we usually, we like to say that they are our pharmacy oil. We always like to have them around. I usually have them around everywhere I go because we could make so many blends out of these 10 oils, and you could just use them on its own by itself too because they are so beneficial to our health. Okay, so let's start by talking about our lemon essential oil. Usually, I've always recommended my clients to drink lemon water, warm lemon water in the morning, 20 minutes before breakfast, because that will help to produce hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid helps to break down your food. It helps you to process your food properly, and it helps to keep all the foreign like bacterias and parasites and all that stuff out of our digestive system, out of our system. If we don't have enough hydrochloric acid, then we end up, allowing all of those nasty bugs and stuff to come into our body. So it's really important for us to have a sufficient hydrochloric acid to protect our digestive system. It's the only part of our body that needs to be acidic is our stomach. And what the lemon does, it produces that natural acidity in the stomach, okay? Not the acidity that maybe you're thinking like, oh my God, it's so acid, it hurts. No. If it hurts, it means that your body is not producing enough acid. And when you are eating something, it is so imbalanced that you're producing too much of that acid at the wrong time all at once. So there's an imbalance there, okay? So this will help to really balance your hydrochloric acid in your stomach so you could actually eat and absorb your food properly, okay? And not allow those bugs and bacteria and parasites and all that nastiness to go into your system, okay? So this is one thing. But another thing that it does, it detoxifies and helps to detoxify your whole entire system, including your liver. So our liver is one of the most powerful organs that we have. It has over 500 functions in the body, and the lemon helps to detoxify it, okay? It helps to break down the fats in your body, all the impurities. That's one of the reasons too that I recommend everybody to take this on a frequent daily base. Add this to your water and it tastes so yummy, okay? Now, you could use this also for cleaning your kitchen, like where grease falls or maple syrup falls on the counter and you just can't get it out and you're trying to add one drop and the grease just poof. So it's very easy to use this to clean grease. Another thing this is really good for is if you are doing the laundry and you forget to put the washed laundry into the dryer and it ends up getting that moldy, that smell. That hasn't happened with me too many times, but it did happen a few times. And I know that a lot of my friends use this, especially in their laundry, because they love the smell and it takes that moldy smell out. So what you do is you put 1 or 2 drops into that cotton ball, the wool. What do you call that? The laundry wool, laundry ball wool. I don't even know what it's called. What I do, because I don't have that ball, I just put it in a clean towel. I put a few drops in a clean small hand towel and I throw it in the dryer with my clothes, and it just makes it super, super fresh. So there's tons of way to use the lemon. This is just a quick thing too, is whenever, in the sink, sometimes our kitchen sink has a little weird smell coming from it. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes, I don't know what happens in the sewer and it has a weird smell. If you add 1 or 2 drops, like ding, ding, I'm telling you, man, your kitchen will smell fresh for a few days. So I love love using this in my kitchen sink. Yes. Okay, let's move on to peppermint. Oh, I love peppermint. Okay, so peppermint is very wonderfully strong. Like it just has that nice aroma. So we use this to wake us up. So we put 1 drop underneath our tongue, and then just swallow it, or you could put it here and rub it and just smell it, and it really gives you a really healthy energy. I use this a lot in the morning when I wake up, because I wake up very early to work out and sometimes I just don't want to get out of bed. So I have this beside me and I just smell it right away. I just open it and I inhale it, and I'll dab it and put it on the tip of my tongue. I love mixing this with wild orange. We could talk about wild orange video, but what I do is I mix the wild orange with the peppermint and I rub it on my wrist, or I just inhale it, and it's just, oh my gosh, it gives me so much energy, and it's that good feeling, that happy energy, right? Another thing is the peppermint, we use it for pain. So wherever you have pain, you just put it on wherever the pain is. We use it a lot for headaches. If you have like a tension headache, you just rub a few drops here on your temple and then on the back of your neck. What you could actually do is pour 1 drop on the palm of your hand, grab your thumb, like kind of go like this, and then put it on the top of your mouth, hold it for like 10 seconds, and then swallow, rub the rest like that, and just inhale, and you will see that the headache will subside. Not only your headache will go away, but you will be breathing so much better, because this opens your airway. It just opens your lung, and you could just feel it, like you start breathing so different. We actually realize how bad we breathe. Once you start using it, you're gonna feel like, whoa, I could really bring oxygen into my brain, because it just really opens your airway. Okay, so peppermint. Oh, I just remembered another thing. Peppermint tea, right? Remember I mentioned on the other video, 1 drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if you want to have a really powerful tea, because peppermint is great for digestion and to help you ease if you're having any digestive problems. However, we are going to talk about digestive when we start talking about this oil in particular, because this oil is especially for indigestion problems, okay? But this oil has peppermint in it as well, okay? So this is a blend of really good essential oils for the digestive system. Anyways, so going back to the peppermint, if you want to have that nice warm peppermint tea that will really help therapeutically your stomach, just add 2 drops into warm water and just sip it and just enjoy and relax. If you want to do this at night, relax with a nice warm peppermint tea. All right, and cannot forget that this is great for bad breath. Yes, it is. So you could actually pour 1 drop on the bottom of your tongue, or you could get the little bitlets, or I forgot what they're called, but they're tiny little droplets that we have for bad breath, really. So this actually helps to keep your insides odorless, if you know what I mean. This is very good. Quick thing about peppermint, if this is especially for the women that are going through menopause and have sometimes those hot flashes, if you put 1 or 2 drops of peppermint on the back of your neck, I'm telling you, this does the secret. You will not have those horrible hot flashes. It will calm you down immediately. Like you will just cool down. Okay, so this is really good for that too. Moving on to tea tree, Melaleuca. So this comes from the Melaleuca tree. This is very powerful immune booster. Okay, this is one of the oils that I drink in the morning. My whole family drinks this in the morning. This is the oil for ear infection. Remember that I mentioned in my last video. This is very good for any type of fungus or like any type of fungal, like fungal nail or fungus in between your toes, if you have warts, yeast infection, lots of pimples and blackheads on your skin, and you want to get that all cleared out. So this is one of the go-to oils for clearing up your skin, especially when it comes to fungus and certain type of mold bacteria and all that. Okay, so moving forward, let's talk about frankincense. Frankincense is the king of oils. This oil is so powerful. It has over like 300 qualities of healing properties for our bodies. This was the oil that Jesus received as a gift when he was born. This actually more powerful, sorry, not powerful, but more valuable than gold in some countries. That is how powerful and magnificent this oil really is for our health, because it is very hard to extract the oil from the frankincense tree. It comes from a tree, but then they have to, it's a whole process that they have to go through to get this oil. But it has so many functions. It helps with so many functions in our body. Like, for example, to balance, to keep our bad cells at bay and actually kill the bad cells, really. Every minute, 4 billion cells in our body dies. And then every minute it's, born again. And depends, be careful here because of liability. So I don't want to put myself in a bad situation. But this helps with cell growth, okay? So just think about that. Actually, with cells that are harmful to our body, okay? It will diminish it, break it down. Also helps to balance your hormones. So it helps our brain to release happy hormones. Sends GABA. It helps with anxiety, depression. So I actually mix 1 drop. I put 1 drop of frankincense and then 1 drop of lavender. We're going to talk about this after. In my hand, and then I do the same thing, kind of like what I showed you with the peppermint, and I put it on the top of my mouth. I wait 10 seconds and then I inhale it, and that just calms me down. I do this when I am very stressed and when I feel that I'm kind of getting a little panicky, like kind of a little panic attack in a way. I do that, and it just really brings me back to just amazing feeling. It helps. It does its work all the time. So another thing this is very good for is for your skin. So we use this as an anti-wrinkle, and it rejuvenates your skin because it rejuvenates your cells on the inside and on the outside too. So this, I literally mix this with my body lotion. I use this and a few other oils that we'll talk about. The next one will be lavender, because I actually mix lavender in almost everything when it comes to soothing the skin, rebuilding the skin. I definitely use this on my face every single day. If you have imperfections on your skin, like dark spots, this is your go-to oil with lavender as well. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about frankincense. This is the oil that we all take every single day, internally and externally as well. Okay, moving on, lavender. Let's talk about lavender. So this, think about it as a soothing oil. Okay, so lavender helps to calm you down, bring you back to your calm state. Okay, so if you're very anxious, if you're nervous, if you're stressed, this is the oil to go to, especially if you mix it with frankincense. Amazing. If you have a burn, or if you got a burn, or like a sunburn, or even a mosquito bite, or any imperfection, or any thing that harmed your skin, just put lavender. Okay, it soothes you, it calms it. So just remember. And you could definitely take this internally too. I love having lavender lemonade. And lavender, remember, because it's calming, it calms the inside as well. It calms your stomach as well. So I love mixing lavender, lemon, and peppermint into my lemonade. It's just amazing for your stomach, and it tastes really good. And it's just really healthy. So moving on, let's talk about On Guard. So this is our anti-flu protective blend. So in here, there are 5 different oils that are very strong to build your immune system. Okay, you could drink this 2 drops per day, 2 drops in the morning, 2 drops in the afternoon, so 4 drops a day. And I always put this on my diffuser every single day. Oh, by the way, all of the oils that I mentioned before and the ones that I'm going to talk about could definitely be used with the diffuser. So remember, all these oils, there's three ways of using them, right? So aromatically, topically, and internally. Okay, some oils here we don't recommend to use internally, just because they're blends. It won't harm you if you do, but some of them, like the Deep Blue, for example, which is for pain, it's usually used just locally, not internally. But most of our oils you can ingest. Okay, so I always put this in the diffuser because we don't know, when we go outside and we have people coming in, and I have like clients that come in, we don't know what they're carrying, right? Like, I don't know if I'm carrying a certain type of virus. Like, we only know when the virus is already duplicated, multiplied, and then we start feeling it, right? So we don't really know. So what this does, when you put it in the diffuser, it kills it in the air. It sends out all that amazing healing and antibacterial properties that kills the virus in the air in your home. So I always have this on my diffuser, and then I add whatever other oil into the diffuser. The good thing about these oils is that they do not mix or interact with each other at all. So this works one way. If I want to put lavender for me to sleep and calm and have a good night of rest, this will not interfere with this oil. So this will not. Now, I also use this in the kitchen, and I spray it on my counter because it's an antibacterial. So instead of using, your like the Lysol wipes and sprays and antibacterial stuff, this is our antibacterial. This kills E. coli, this kills salmonella, and it's safe at the same time. If your food falls on the counter and you just clean the counter with this, you can literally grab the food and eat it. So it doesn't harm your good bacteria, it doesn't harm your body, but it kills the bad bacteria around. Isn't that amazing? Natural remedy. Woo! God created medicine. That's all I have to say. So yeah, this stuff we use a lot of this because of the properties in it. And and I just remembered something, because they use this in hospitals, in some of the hospitals in the United States, because it's just so powerful, and they have scientifically tested that it really kills the salmonella, the E. coli, all the horrible bacteria that they have in the hospital. And speaking of hospital, that I just remembered, my dog's coming down, that I just remember is the frankincense. So they've been using frankincense at certain hospitals in the US as well. Hopefully they will start using it here in Canada, but they started using it for cancer patients, okay? And that is all I could talk about because of liability when it comes to cancer. But remember, this is keeps your cells at bay and it kills the bad cells. Okay, just remember that. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the Zengest. This is for your digestion. So if you're suffering with any type of bad digestion, indigestion, bloatingness, heartburn, whatever, you're not digesting your food properly, all you have to do is add 2 drops of this oil into a cup. It don't have to be like a lot of water, just a little bit of water like that, and drink it, and a few minutes you're going to feel better. If you know that you're going to eat something that is not good for you, you shouldn't do this, but just in case you do it, if you know you're going to eat something that you shouldn't, that you're going to feel sick later on, you take this before you eat that, and that should calm your stomach. All right, so peppermint, this is a blend, so there's a few very powerful oils that will help. This also helps with nauseousness. If you are like motion sickness, if you get nauseous when you're driving or when you're in the car or when you're on a boat, like this really helps too with motion sickness. Okay, you could also rub this on your stomach on the outside, and it does an amazing effect too. It's not just internally, but this is particularly to be internal. Okay, but you could also use it external, and it works wonderfully as well. Okay, moving forward, let's talk about oregano. So oregano is super potent. This is our antibiotic. This is our natural antibiotic. We only recommend, it's upside down. Woo. We only recommend using this for maximum 14 days because it is a very powerful antibiotic, antimicrobial. It's very potent, very powerful. And when you are going to ingest this, I highly recommend you to put 2 drops into the gelatin capsules because it's very powerful and it will burn your tongue, and it will burn as it goes down. So I don't recommend you just to take it underneath your tongue. It won't kill you, but if you're not as strong when it comes to smells and tastes like me, I don't do that. However, there are a few people that do, and props for them, but I don't. So this is when you go to the doctor and the doctor says you need to take antibiotic because you have this, and you know that your condition is great, then this is where you turn to oregano. Okay, oregano is really the antibacterial killer. This is, remember, antibiotic. This is our natural version of antibiotic. Okay, so I've killed strep throat. I've killed lots of infections in the body with oregano. Okay, another thing is if you have warts, okay, and you want to kill it, like you want them to fall off and you really want to like burn them, you could put a drop of oregano and tea tree. They're very, very powerful, and you will see that wart disappear. Okay, let's see what else. Let's move on. Let's talk about Deep Blue. So Deep Blue is our blend for pain and inflammation on the outside. You're going to use this on the outside. Okay, so the pain, inflammation in your body, it could be back pain, neck pain, like one of those days that you just didn't sleep properly and you got that pain on your neck or your joints or just muscle ache. This is where you're going to grab the Deep Blue and you're going to rub it right there. It's very powerful. It comes in the 5 ml only. Now, we do have Deep Blue Rub, which is, I don't have it here with me. It's upstairs. My husband uses a lot, and I actually use it because it calms my muscles after a workout. Because I get very tense, right? And you get that pain, the workout pain, muscle soreness. So it's upstairs in our room. We actually have two, one in the washroom and then the kids' washroom and then in our room, because my kids get growing pain. Is that growing pain? Yeah, growing pain, whatever it's called. My daughter doesn't, but my son, he complains a lot of pain on his ankle. So I rub that on and he's just fine after a few minutes. So yeah, sorry guys, I don't have it here to show you, but it's deep blue. It's just like a cream. Okay, it comes like in a cream bottle like this. And it's just usually it's best to have that, especially to rub on bigger areas of your body, right? Because this is kind of small. So there is one other oil that is missing, and it's upstairs as well, in my room close to my diffuser. Sorry for not showing that to you. And it's called Breathe, okay? Easy Air Breathe. So it's a blend of oils that help you to breathe better. It opens your airway even more than the peppermint. It has peppermint inside, but it's stronger. So if you have asthma, if you have some kind of breathing problems, or any kind of illness that's related to a breathing problem that's related to a certain illness, your oil to go to, okay? And remember, all of these oils can be used with children, pregnant women, breastfeeding women, your pets, the elderly, babies. So it's just a matter of diluting it, how to dilute it, but everybody could use it, okay? And don't worry about, oh my God, am I going to remember all of this? And how do you dilute it? That's why I'm here. Okay, this is just something brief. All these oils that I talked about have so many more functions to them. They're so beneficial. I just kind of like said, the minimal of what they do. All right. I could literally go on and on and on and on about these oils, but this is just so you have an idea. Those are the 10 oils recommend you to have at all times, because those oils, you can make so many blends just by using those oils in particular. If you have anxiety, if you have insomnia, if you have severe inflammation, an infection, or there's so many things that we could do with just those 10. So they are your go-to pharmacy to start, really. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you guys, and don't forget that I am always here if you have any questions, and please continue using the oils, and we will talk soon.